Hi, it's little Audrienne here. Sorry about the view, but it's night time. I'm in my room, on my floor, got you propped up on my bed, and we're going to have a very quick, honest chat. Why I am not stockpiling anymore. Yes, you heard that right. So, basically, I am somebody who would go to the shop. I would see free items at food pantries or great deals at supermarkets or food pantries and places, and I would grab them. I would say, oh, that's a good deal. Let's grab it. And you know what? It was all very nice and well, but the thing was, it is killing me. Even though times are tough now, they say fuel prices have gone up, and I'll just move you over a little bit. Fuel prices are going up, and the cost of living is getting worse. A lot of people don't have stable or proper jobs and things like that. But you know what? And people need to get more of certain things, or people are buying more of certain things. You know what? I've realized I'm not doing that anymore. And this is why. So basically, I was somebody who would stack up snack food. I was thinking snack food there. Snack food. Tins of things that I needed. Sauces. Extra breads. Bakery items. Whatever. Milks. Different things. Don't get me wrong. It's all nice and well. But to me, and I only have 3 people, 2 adults and 1 child, 8 years old, living with me, it is becoming a pain in the butt and unhealthy. What do I mean by that? Well, not everything I'm buying was the best. It wasn't the worst, and it wasn't the best. Yes, I am still buying a lot of good things, like salads, fruit, vegetables, and stuff like that, nuts and different things. But there was a lot of incidental snack food stacking up because I saw a good deal and went for it to save me having to go back. And you know what? It became an addiction to me, like someone taking drugs. I know this sounds ridiculous, but that's how it became. So, what were the side effects from that I feel? And I can only speak for myself. I believe it was costing me in the long run more within money-wise, time to go and get it, and also my health, my mental health, and also my physical health was suffering. So basically, I wasn't feeling good, I wasn't presenting well, and I was just feeling very low. And it only is when you have an addiction or you do something for so long. It's only if it's a bad thing, it's only when you hit a low point that you realize, and you've got to realize this yourself, not somebody else, not your mother, your father, your partner, whoever, yourself. I hit a low point in my life and said enough is enough. Not everything that we do is bad. We can continue doing a lot of things that we like. We can continue stockpiling and buying foods if we want and putting them in the freezer, fridge, cupboards, wherever, garage, anywhere. But I said enough is enough. So what did I do? I started by assessing what I was eating. I started tracking everything in a tracker when I noticed that my moods and attitude had changed. and I became not the person I wanted to be. And I thought it's got to be deeper than just, oh, you haven't got a proper job, or you live with somebody with a disability, or stuff like that. Poor me. No, because to me, what you feed yourself and the portion sizes, the types of food, all of that plays an important role in how you present yourself in society and do things, the actions you take, and whether they're good or bad. So, and sorry if I'm getting this all jumbled, this is just how it's coming out. Basically, what I had to do was I had to take a good look at myself and my actions and how I was presenting myself. I had to go away and have a few major incidences in my life, such as weight gain, a problem within a job, an accident, stuff like that, just a few little things here and there go wrong in my life. And that's sad to say, before a light bulb moment hit me and I said, okay, I am going to take action. I'm somebody who does not work full time. I work a number of casual jobs, and I work at the moment within an hour or so's travel just to get to the job for 80% of them. So, and very up and down. So one week I could have lots of work, another week I could have 0. So I was bashing my head against the wall thinking, what am I going to do? It was either stay at home and cry poor me all the time and continue the way I was going, or it was take action. And I decided, even though the costing was going to outweigh what I wanted to do, I don't know the wording to say here, I decided to take that step and that leap. So what have I done? Basically, I have committed to throwing out the other day, in the last week, on the weekend actually, so about the 17th, I think it was 17th of April 2026, I threw out, because my son was going to school and I said to my partner, we need to sort what he's taken to school this week, if we've got enough stuff. So I went to the cupboards. I grabbed every single snack food thing and that out and put it all on the bench and did a 3-second thing or whatever. Do you want this? Bin. Do you want this? Keep. Do you want this? Bin. And it's not looking at it going, for example, oh, this is a packet of Tim Tams. I didn't have Tim Tams in there, but that's just an example. A packet of Tim Tams that I paid $5 for, or a lot of money for, even if it was a cheap item on sale, I didn't go, oh, I'm just keeping that because that's a Tim Tam. It was looking at it and going, what value is that item of food going to bring me in the way I present myself each day? Is it going to bring me the results I want? And 9 out of 10, the majority of the food went. Now, since I've done that over the weekend, I have not really travelled to many shops to purchase more food. I have used up the items that are left in my house. I also went through my freezer and condensed that down slightly with what I could, and the fridge. And then I used assistance with the help of an app called Yuka, which is Yuka. I've talked about this before because I found it on someone else's channel. I used that and I basically scanned items, which you do on there, and got the ratings. And if it was a good rating, I kept the item. If it was bad, I threw it out. And I told myself, you are not repurchasing it. Goodbye. It was like a funeral for it, that item. As hard as it was more beneficial. And I did the same thing for the other 2 people living in my house. The only exception I made was allowing my partner to keep his soft drinks, and we will allow ourselves to buy 1 bakery treat a week if we want, say a packet of donuts or something, for the 3 of us if we really want to, and maybe 1 sweet or savoury snacky item to put in lunch boxes or school or whatever. So as hard as it's going to be doing that, and it's going to cost me a lot more, I am now consciously thinking about what I am purchasing because I want to present myself better to society and to the world and feel and look a lot better than I have. I feel very cluttered because I'm holding a lot of stuff in my house, a lot of items which I don't get rid of. For example, like clothes, because I think, oh, I'll fit into that one day. But then I get depressed because it's like, well, why the hell bother? I'm the way I am because I'm eating bad. So who cares? Yeah, you're never going to get there. And I had this negative mindset and stuff. Now I've gone and decluttered my food, and I'm now putting that into practice to declutter the rest of my life. I've started on myself and my son's clothes. My partner can do his own items within reason. I'm fixing up my house so then I present better by feeling better in the space I'm in. Even if, like, for example, my sheets are old and ripped or very used, I will, for example, this is just an example, I will go and purchase new ones when I have the cash. I won't do things immediately, but I'll write a list and do a brain dump of all the things and declutter and change my life. And this is all because of me changing my eating habits. Okay, because when I eat better, I want to do things. I felt, wow, I didn't think that eating, for example, buying the U-Foods meals or the pre-packaged My Muscle Chef meals, if you're in Australia, you may know what they are, and buying more fruit and vegetables and better quality items, which may cost a little bit more, but if you look around, you can get them on sale, and that's what I'm doing, and trying to cook things from scratch. I'm going to learn to make snacks from scratch as well. That's another thing, a trial and error thing, but from doing that, I am still a little bit poorer, but I'm bringing less into the house in the way of food and bad attitudes and bad, habits. So overall, I've noticed since starting this, and it's only slow, and this is going to be ongoing probably for the rest of my life, I've already started doing more exercise. I'm getting up in the morning and going once a week running at the beach. I'm going to the gym 4 times a week at about 5:30 a.m, even if it's a struggle. The exception being work. I am also presenting myself better to my son's appointments for his health conditions, and also trying to find more stable employment to feel better and doing more stuff around the house. And this is not me just crapping on and talking myself up. this is what I've really done by myself. I've deleted Facebook and social media accounts. I only have now the YouTube channel. I don't have anything else. And guess what? I don't even have 10 friends. I know that sounds very, very, very sad, but I don't associate with a lot of people because I was associating with hundreds of people online on social media. You know what? All I wanted to do, a number of them, was gossip. So I had to delete that and get rid of that and found out who my 5 or 7 real friends are, and that's it. I had to do that in order to change my habits and become a better, happier person. Yes, I am a long way behind because I'm not rich. I'm still doing up things in my house. I haven't got a stable job, but I'm on the process of working on that. And I'm just proud of myself for starting. That's the other thing I was going to say. I also have continued for at least, I don't know how long, I'll have to look online, about 60 days, almost a couple of months, doing MyFitnessPal and tracking my calories. That's the other thing, and trying to stay under the amount that it recommends and tracking everything good, bad and ugly, and going to bed and waking at a set time. So with that being said, if I can do it, and I've been in a dark place with not having a proper job and having a child with disabilities and just thinking, poor me, I'm trapped, I'm stuck, I can't afford this, I can't do that, blah, 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 blah. And now I'm just pulling myself out of it because finally I've got help from my partner and I'm in a more calmer, stable place to admit things. I haven't admitted everything I need to admit yet, but if I can do it, anyone can do it. Just believe in yourself and just start. Hope you enjoy this and this may help somebody, and I'll chat to you all soon. Bye.